Oh, my screen is a little shaky. Well, happy weekend, Knicks Nation. I hope you're enjoying your weekend. I hope that you're safe and healthy and that your family is safe and healthy and that the needs of you and your family in terms of food and shelter and clothing as well as health are being met this weekend. And again, I hope you're enjoying your weekend with your family. Welcome to Kendall Jackson, Donnell 140th, Lee Thomas, DMF Nigel, Stoop Kids Studios, Michael Drake, my brother, superstar, my brother. Hi, Miss Stevenson, how you doing? Nancy Stevenson, damn Knicks, how you guys doing? Again, I hope everybody is enjoying their weekend. Deshaun Wilson, I wonder why my thing is so daggone. So shady out here. Good day, Blair V. Malik, my brother, Grand Rising today. Ed Santana, my brother Lonnie, Lion of Judah, Jim Andino. Welcome to all of you. Peace and shalom to all of you. Oh, man, why this thing is... Oh, that's better. It just seems not to stick. Organic Fanatic, what's up? Hope everything is good. Keith Watkins, Jay Chill, what's up, y'all? Elixir Flow, shalom to you. Glad to see all your Trap Boys, Hustle, Flatbush Dre, Joshua 102-888-888, what's up? How y'all doing? So I've mentioned this a number of times over the course of videos, but I've never had it as the subject of a video. So, and people keep asking me, and I said, well, we did go over that, but I didn't have it as a subject of video. But today, topic number one is Immanuel Quickley and his extension. Okay, Immanuel Quickley and his extension. I think most people that, what's up, Guilford? How you doing, man? Most people want to debate about how much he's going to get, which is kind of a little silly. But let's just get the main thing out the way. Okay, he's going to sign an extension, and he's going to sign it before the season starts. So let's just get that out the way. All right. So Immanuel Quickley is going to sign an extension, and he's going to sign an extension before the season starts. That's going to be done. I can guarantee you that's going to be done. Okay. He's too valuable to the New York Knicks. In spite of the fact, and we'll go into this in a minute too, that a lot of people in Knicks Nation hate their own players. That's unfortunate. A lot of people use their, whatever their problems is in their life to project negativity onto the Knicks and join with the media and projecting negativity onto the Knicks. And so they hate their own players. In spite of that, the Knicks and I, and anybody that got any kind of sense, realize how valuable Immanuel Quickley is, how much of a talent this guy is. He's played more fourth quarter minutes of the last 2 or 3 seasons than any Knick. Okay? Why? Because he's a closer. He is one of those dudes you want on the floor in the fourth quarter. There's no doubt. Okay? He's one of those guys you want on the floor in the fourth quarter is Immanuel Quickley. So the notion that the Knicks were not going to re-sign him or wait till next summer and play the game of let's see what he's worth is stupid. It's quite stupid because you don't want to do that because he could be somebody can offer him a huge deal to start for them next year. What you want to do is you want to put that money in front of him now and let him reject it if he's going to do it, which I don't think he's going to do. Look, as good as he is, and he's really good. Immanuel Quickley is really good. As good as he is, which he's a starter coming off the bench. The difference between him and Obi, the similarity is they're both starter level talents coming off the bench. But the difference is Obi was not getting anywhere near the minutes that IQ was getting. Okay, and that's a couple of reasons. Number one, though, is because you got Julius Randle getting those minutes. Whereas IQ, from even his rookie year, matter of fact, I think I was the first one calling him Tibbs' grandson, if y'all remember. I said, this is Tibbs' grandson because he was favoring IQ more than I have seen him favor any rookie. Any rookie. I look back, and the only rookie that got more, no, he didn't get more, that got minutes, heavy minutes as a rookie was the defensive dude that Tibbs himself drafted for the Minnesota Timberwolves when he was running both president of basketball operations and GM as well as coach. He drafted some guy that's still playing, but is not anywhere near a star. But Oki, yeah, that's right, Oki, that's right, Oki. He's the only guy, and he got double-digit minutes as a rookie per game, but not as many as IQ. IQ was getting big minutes from the rookie year coming off the bench, and he has gotten steadily better each season. He's starter level. He can totally start for an NBA team, and he can get big money doing that. Now, he's 24 years old. Okay, that's right. He's 24 years old, IQ is right now. I think he's 24. I just want to look up and verify that, but I'm pretty sure he's 24 years old right now. And let me just make sure being that he's 24, he can sign, he could get a 5-year deal from the Knicks. There's no doubt. He can get, now this is, to me, the only thing we need to discuss about it is he going to sign the 5-year deal, or is he going to sign a 4-year deal, or is he going to sign a 4-year deal with a team option? That's right. He's 24 now. So he's 24. So now, that's right. Josh Okogie is the only guy that got it, and he didn't get as many minutes as IQ has got as a rookie. Jimmy Butler got like 8.5 minutes a game as a rookie. So IQ has been that dude for a minute, right? So that's the difference. That's why you put that money in front of him, he might take it. Now, I'm thinking, if I'm IQ's agent, I sign a 5-year deal with the 5th year as a player option. Why? Why do I do that? Because in 4 years, he'll be 28. He'll be in his prime in 4 years. And then you can decide at that point, if he opts out, right now, 100 million is not even what 100 million was even 3 or 4 years ago. Imagine then he'll probably get $200 million in 4 years. And so you're going to lock up the 5-year deal, but let the 5th year be a player option. And then he comes off of the 4th year. And if he continues to play like I see him playing, which I believe he will, barring injury, he'll opt out of that 5th year, sign a new deal in the $200 million range. That's what I would do if I was him. The only question is, how much is this deal going to be worth? He can sign a 5-year deal somewhere around 100 million, 110 million. Some people talk about Brunson's deal. Brunson's on a 4-year deal for 100 million. That's the difference. He's on a 4-year deal for 100 million. So you're talking about a 5-year deal that'll probably be in the neighborhood of 100 million. I think he's getting 5 years, 110, somewhere between 105, 110 million. The 5th year would be a player option, which he will surely decline if he continues his growth as he's doing. So that would be, to me, it's not even a question whether they're going to put that money in front of him. He knows he's very valuable to the Knicks. He's very valuable. You got a starter coming off the bench. That's what you got with Immanuel Quickley. And so if he can turn down, I don't think he will. I think the Knicks are going to offer him something between 85 million and 110 million. It could be 4 years. It could be 5 years. I'm not sure. But if I'm him, I take the 4-year guarantee, 5-year guaranteed money with an option for my 5th year and decide what I want to do there. So to me, the Knicks have shown themselves to be loyal to their guys. Leon Rose is cheap when it comes to making big deals and all that. And he's cheap when it comes to iffy dudes, but this ain't that situation. So I think he's going to he's going to step to the plate, Leon Rose, and offer this kid a solid 4-year deal, if not a 5th year. Okay. IQ has been a soldier. IQ has worked hard. He's performed. And he's not, he's got 3 more years before he really starts to reach his prime. I think Leon, this is a no-brainer. He's going to lock him up, lock him down, lock that money up, and that's going to be that. Okay. Coming playoff time, I'm telling you, you got Brunson, and then behind him, and you got Q-Dog, those two, which I expect to be it shouldn't be a surprise, but it's going to be called one of the surprise backcourts in the NBA this year. To me, it was on the way coming from the time they drafted Q-Dog. But now it's going to be the surprise backcourt in the NBA. is Jalen Brunson and Quentin Grimes. Now, you still got IQ coming in behind either one of them. That's the thing. IQ can play the point, and IQ can play the two. He can do either one, and very well on a very high level, both sides. Okay, so he's very valuable. There's just, there's no doubt about it. Okay, Jalen Brunson, I consider in terms of one-on-one, unguardable. There's nobody in the NBA that can guard this guy one-on-one. You're going to need help with Jalen Brunson, and so IQ becomes even more valuable because you don't get a break if you're the opposition with Immanuel Quickley coming in behind him. You don't get no break, okay? Because you got just as much pressure on the defense. When Immanuel Quickley comes, the only difference is Immanuel Quickley knows how to play Tom Thibodeau style defense. That's what it is, Tom Thibodeau style defense. So, this is no brainer. I guarantee you can hear it here, whatever. I'm 100% sure Immanuel Quickley is going to be signed to an extension before the first game of the season. They might wait till almost time to play the first game before they get it done, but it's going to get done. There's just no doubt about it. It may get done this week. It can get done anytime. Okay, but before the first game of the season, that's going to be done. There's no question about that. The only question, like I said, is the terms of the deal, and he's going to get his money. He's going to get his money. Okay, and if I'm the Don, I give him that 5-year deal. And I put that 5th-year player option, give him all the comfort of love he wants, and give him that $100 million. He's not going to say no to that. He's not going to say no to that. Okay, he's going to take that money as any of us would. Okay, he's going to take that money. So that's to me. That's so. Somebody said, "What's your opinion? What are your thoughts?" This is my thoughts. 100% chance he signs the deal before the first game of the season. The only question is, are we getting a 5-year deal for $100 million? Are we getting a 4-year deal for like $88 million? Something like that. Okay, I can see that. Okay, so that's coming. Okay, so with regard to Immanuel Quickley, y'all got your answer now, right? He's going to be signed. It's just a question: is it a 4-year, 5-year? And don't let him sign a 5-year deal and no team option, no player option. He's just 5 years. Well, the Knicks got him locked up for life then. Okay, he's going to be a Knick for life then. So, like I said, it's a 5-year deal. It should average anywhere from $20 million a season to $25 million a season. That's what we're talking about. That's what he should have. It's either $20 million a season, anywhere in the range of $20 million a season to $25 million, which means if it's a 4-year deal, $20 million a season is $80 million. If it's a 5-year deal, it's $100 million. It can be as high as 4 years and $100 million. He could get that. Okay, he could get that. It'd be as low as 4 years, $80 million. I don't think it's going to be out of that range. No way he gets below $80 million. No way. No way he gets below $80 million. He's going to get his money. Okay, there's just no doubt about it. He's going to get his money. I wouldn't be surprised if it was 5 years, $100 million. I wouldn't be surprised at all. Okay, I wouldn't be surprised at all. And to talk the farm, before you talk the farm, please understand what percentage of the cap you're talking about. Before you start talking about too much money, before y'all start talking about what's too much money and not knowing what the hell you're talking about, please look at what percentage of the cap he will have. Because he will not have a big percentage of the cap. Okay, the Don knows what the hell he's doing. Some of y'all don't, but he knows. Okay. Telling you right now. So he's going to get between 80 and 100 million. It's going to be right. So let's stop tripping. 8% of the cap. Come on. And so if I'm his agent, I take a 5-year deal with a 5th-year player option, because by the time you get 5 years from now, we're talking about 2027, 2028. You're talking that same kind of deal is going to be in the $150, $200 million range. Okay. So he can get that. Okay, so that's like I said, we don't even need to discuss whether he's going to get it extended. That is happening. Okay, that is going to happen. They're not going to play cheap with this kid. They're just not going to do it. Okay, they're just not going to do it. Okay, so he's going to get his money. There's no doubt about that. Now, Evan Fournier, I want to talk about this for a second. It's like some cat was arguing with me. I guarantee you, I said it first. They're going to sign Melo to a minimum deal. Let me break this down a little bit. Let's start with the Melo situation, because it's related to the Evan Fournier, believe it or not. So Carmelo Anthony. Carmelo Anthony, what is he, 36, 37? How old is Carmelo Anthony? Right. Carmelo Anthony is 39. He's 39 years old. He's 39. I'm just looking it up right now. He's 39. Carmelo Anthony, born May 29th, 1984. He is 39 years old. Did you hear me? Not 36, not 37 even. He's 39 years old. He'll be 40 next May. He'll be 40 next May. Now, look, Carmelo Anthony is not the same Carmelo Anthony that played for the Knicks. He's not even the same Carmelo Anthony that played for Lakers, which was the last team he played for. He's not even that guy. Okay. And so what I want y'all to think about is which NBA player has to give up their NBA dream for this has-been. I forget all of your emotional stuff. What is it? Jericho Sims? Is it Knight? Is it Sim? Who has to give up their NBA dream for this 39-year-old has-been that can't play, that people seem to think he's going to get minutes? I mean, I'm just saying, I love Melo, but we trying to win a chip, are we not? What y'all think? We can win a chip with Melo getting 18 minutes a game? What the? Or what? Isaiah Roby. I don't even look. Knight and Roby, they're not going to play. They're not going to play. Okay, they're not going to play. Some people, I think Roby can be a good backup four. Knight can play four. He's 6'10". Oh, so you can read numbers and see he's 6'10", 235. Stop it. This is the league, man. You know what? Every year in the league, you got to prove yourself. There's certain dudes that is on a level they ain't got to prove themselves no more. Jason Tatum ain't got to prove himself. Julius Randle ain't got to prove himself. He know he getting his minutes. He know he getting his money. But when you start the young cats, hungry lions trying to get a spot that they'll be happy just to get that minimum deal, every year they coming. They coming every year. Okay? These guys, if they're on the roster, they ride the pine. They're not going to play. If you see Isaiah Roby playing, the Knicks are in big trouble. I'll tell you that right now. If you see Nathan Knight or whatever, if you see him playing more than 8 minutes, the Knicks are in trouble. Okay? They're in trouble. So for people to be talking about Carmelo Anthony on the vet minimum, y'all need to stop. Wake up from that drunken stupor, because that's not going to happen. You know, once we win a chip, sign Melo, you know, not even for a season, sign Melo for like the last 5 games, you know, and then let him do a little tour, a little Melo thank you tour before you retire his jersey. Now, that's what you want to do. But some fool talking about, well, he going to get 8 to 12 minutes a game if we sign him to the vet. I was like, dude, what kind of drugs are you on? So Nathan Knight, Jericho Sims, Isaiah Roby got to give up their NBA dream for a has-been? Look, and who is he going to play in front of? Because those 3 guys ain't going to play. They're not going to play. I was telling y'all in the song, they signed Nathan Knight. He's going to be a big addition. A big addition to what? The G League? The G League? Isaiah Roby's like 26. Where he playing at? Where? In front of Q-Dog? He's not even as good as Josh Hart at the 4. Are you kidding me? This is the league, man. And look, that's speaking of that. Let's talk about Evan Fournier. Let's talk about Frenchie for a minute, okay? Speaking of that, Isaiah Roby, Jericho Sims, Nathan Knight, these cats will be happy to get $2 million. I'm talking about this is NBA players. They'd love to get a guaranteed $2-3 million contract. Okay? Let me tell you something. Evan Fournier said, I can effing play. Let me clue him in. This is the league. Everybody could play. This is the league. Everybody could play. So what you saying? This is the league, man. Where you gonna play at? In front of Quentin Grimes? Let me clue him in. Quentin Grimes is better than him. Where he gonna play in front of Immanuel Quickley? What? He need to stop smoking that French weed. Because Immanuel Quickley's better than him. RJ Barrett's better than him. Dante DiVincenzo is better than him. You know why? Thank you, Woody Woodpecker, for the $5. You know why? You coming to play for Tibbs, okay? Tibbs likes guys that can shoot threes. Tibbs likes guys that can rebound, pass, hit the drive to the hole. He likes that. But you know what Tibbs wants most of all? He wants you to play some daggone defense. Most of all. Okay? Everybody in the league on a roster could play. Everybody could play. And look, unlike Dylan Windler, unlike Jericho Sims, unlike Nathan Knight, unlike Roby, this dude's getting $19 million to sit on the pond. Now look here. If he really wanted to play, they'll buy him out. The Don will buy him out. They'll get bought out. Get bought out and go to hell wherever you want to play. You know what I'm saying? But dude ain't that stupid. He thinks he's supposed to be playing in front of Q-Dog. Wait, what part of 37 and 22 after they shut your ass down do you not understand? What part of 37 and 45 when you started most of that season don't you understand? What part of that? Can somebody please explain that to me? Well, he can shoot. He can shoot the three. He can't play for Tibbs. This is the hard truth. But it's the truth. He can't play in front of Q-Dog. What, you crazy? And you think he's going to play in front of Immanuel Quickley? Are you crazy? What? Oh, we got to start him in front of... See, this ain't high school where you get some good players and you want to give it. I had a coach like that. He used to have he had 4 different squads and he would play unit 1 through 4. And he had the 4th unit would play a minute and 30. The 1st unit would play out of the 8-minute quarter, play like 5 minutes. And he broke it down like that, 4 or 5 minutes. And everybody got a little chance to play. This ain't high school. You don't get participation points. This is the league. They trying to win. And we talk about ECF. ECF. You understand? Thank you, Woody. Should we just get rid of Evan before he causes problems? Look, this is what he's trying. You know, I say buy his friends, buy him out, buy him out, But you know what? The Don ain't gonna do that. He's not gonna do that. Let me tell you how this is gonna play out. He's trying to force the Knicks to buy him out. But they're not going to just give him $19 million on a buyout, not at the beginning of the season. Okay? They're not going to do that, number one. Number two, if you know anything about Thibodeau, just your last 2 years on the Knicks, before even Chicago or Minnesota, one thing will guarantee your ass to get buried on the bench is to start whining in the papers about your playing time. Y'all know what I'm talking about? That's one thing you guaranteed to bury yourself on the bench and never come off. You start whining in the papers about your playing time. With Tibbs as the coach, you just said, forget it. It ain't going now. Now you done. So now he got to know he ain't playing. I mean, Evan ain't stupid. He's trying to get the Knicks to buy him out for big money. Okay? They ain't doing that. The Don ain't. This the Don you talking about. What you think? We're going to give you $19 million in October? Oh, yeah? Nah, just shut up, take your $19 million and wait for the trade deadline. Wait for the trade deadline. Okay, wait for the trade deadline, and then maybe he'll buy you out for half your money. All right? But this dude running his mouth too daggone much. I like Evan Fournier. Don't get me wrong. If in terms of being off the court, Evan Fournier is as good a New Yorker as anybody, right? I mean, he fits New York. He fits the flavor. He does. He's not afraid to talk and speak his mind. But what did can I find it? What did Tibbs say, man? Because what Tibbs said, put the team first. He said, yes, he's a pro. I respect him greatly. Put the team first. That's what he said. Do what we asked you to do and put the team first. Okay? Period. Why we got to be hearing about him talking about I can effing play? Go play for somebody else then. Take this buyout that they'll probably offer him half. He'll get that all the way to the middle of the season. We'll give you, all right, take your $9 million or 8.5 or whatever, and go play for whoever. Play who you want to. Go to the Lakers. They'll have you on their team. They can use a shooter with no defense. Go ahead and do that. Go to the Kings. They can use a shooter with no defense. Okay, you can go ahead and do that. Go back home to Orlando. Get your farewell or whatever. But don't come in here with that. Don't come in here with that. Okay, don't. It's not gonna work. See, and we ain't got no French cheese for your wine. You know what I mean? We ain't got the French loaf of bread and cheese for your wine. So either you shut up, collect your $19 million, and help, be a mentor to one of these young kids. Be a mentor. Let them see how you get your shot off when you ain't got no lateral movement. Show some, but don't come out here with that. Don't do it. He trying his best to get himself bought out. Okay, but Don got a price already, and you want to come for 8.5. Take your 8.5 and go to hell. Go do what you do. Go to Paris, whatever. I can still play. I'm trying to prove to Tibbs I can still play. Maybe he ain't got the memo, but the 9-man rotation is set. And the reason the 9-man rotation is set is because those are the best 9 that Tibbs wants to play. He can't even make the first 11 rotation because he ain't playing center, so he can't play over Sims. And I don't want to hear nothing about Deuce. Don't even try it, Frenchie. You ain't got it. No, not defensively. He word is born. He probably locks you up in practice. You don't want to mess with him. No, man. He can still play. What? What? Because we like your face? What? Nah. That's what I'm saying. I saw that. I was like, this dude crazy, man. He crazy. So, yeah. And like I said, if he was struggling on the vet men, all right, I have him. Still cut him loose. Give him his $2 million. But this dude getting $19 million to sit on the bench. Hey, listen, would y'all take $19 million to sit on the bench? I think he had a $95 million deal. The first big deal he signed was with Orlando. He had like $95 million. Then he had another decent deal with Boston when he signed with Boston. And now he went and got he's going to end up getting somewhere in the vicinity of $55 million with the Knicks. I'll take the $19 million and sit on the bench for you. I could do that. Sure. What's wrong with that? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I mean, come on, man. Sure. Yeah. And now wait. That brings me to another subject. Julius Randle. I gave you some love this week. And some people just, they had all kind of conniptions behind that. Like, Drew ain't supposed to get no love. He ain't no good in the playoffs. Neither is your mama. But you know what? You know what I mean? So what? He can't never get better in the playoffs? Because why? Because he sucked last year? No, he hurt his ankle last year. He sucked the first year. Come on. What you doing? Oh, and we supposed to just sign a backup power forward? Like I said, can you replace Jaden Tatum with a backup 3? And still the Celtics can go to the finals? Can you replace Jimmy Butler with a backup 3 off the minimum contract? Hey, I tell you what, replace Jimmy Butler with Melo. If you replace Jimmy Butler, if he got hurt with Melo, Carmelo Anthony, are they going to the Eastern Conference Finals? There's some guys you can't replace like that. You can't. Okay, you can't. And then, oh God, there's this one guy. I said he's a top 15 player in the league. He's all NBA. He might have been all NBA, but he ain't top 15. Okay. Explain this to you. Every year, there is a group of players that are considered the best that particular year. They're called All NBA. It's actually even better than All-Star because this is you, your peers, your coaches telling you you're one of the best 15 in the NBA. Now, when you're first team All NBA, That means you're one of the five, that particular season, you're one of the 5 best players in the league, according to the people that should know, the other players and coaches. If you're second team All-NBA, that means you're one of the 10 best players in the NBA that particular season. If you're third team All-NBA, as Julius Randle was 2 years ago, then you're one of the top, guess what, 15 players in the NBA. It's not an opinion. This is based on what the guys voted. Now, this past season, Julius Randle was second team All-NBA, which I was wrong. That makes him a top 10 player in the 22-23 season. He's one of the 10 best players in the toughest league in the world. But he ain't performing the playoffs. Neither did your mama. What that mean? No, seriously, what that mean? That mean he'll never perform in the playoffs? That means he's just done? I mean, what is that? So no, you can't replace him with Nathan Knight. No, you can't replace him. Period. No, Isaiah Roby is not going to play. No. You understand? So, and I'm telling y'all one thing. I'm telling you one thing. Watch him this year. If he's healthy coming into this year, there's something, just the way the stars aligned, his maturity in terms of his basketball maturity, in shape again, understanding the game just a little better than he did before. Don't let him come to the playoffs healthy this year. I'm telling you. Don't let him. Don't let him. I'm telling you. I think this is the year he shuts a lot of people up. Okay. Now he's still don't get me wrong. Nice is right. Nice 7818. Nice Brooklyn, Queens, whichever. Look, he's still our problem child. Okay, he is. He's going to drive us crazy this year. Don't think it's going to be smooth sailing with Julius Randle. But when you look up at the end of the day, he would have won more games for the Knicks than he cost the Knicks. Like last year, he cost us the game in which we was watching. Me and Organic Fanatic, we was watching the game with our other boy Emmanuel in Orlando. He cost us that game, jumping in Quickley's face at the half and acting all kind of stupid. Right? He really was acting all kind of stupid. But he won the game against the Heat. Remember that? See, when he drops 40, nobody complains. When he gets a big rebound at the end of a game to seal it, nobody complains. And he'll get more of that. His win shares are +8. So that means there are 8 games where he's just going to win the game for you because he's there, because he decides to take over. So yeah, he's still going to have games where he act like he needed meds and didn't take them. That's going to happen. Okay, it's going to. Although I want to, that's because, honestly, I'm not making an excuse for him. He is very passionate about the game, and you got to love that. But at the same time, he can't rein in his emotions. He just can't. He just, he's one of them cats that wears on his sleeve his emotions, right? That's Julius Randle. So if he don't get calls or whatever, he starts acting real stupid. But I'm telling you, I'm expecting a little less of that this year, and I'm expecting him to perform at a higher level in the playoffs. Can you imagine? You get 25 and 10 from Julius in the playoffs. That's all. Like, if everything else was exactly the same, like everybody played exactly how they played last year, and he got 25 and 10 in the playoffs, the Knicks are going to the ECF. That's how close they were last year. They were very close to ECF territory last year. Okay. So there's no doubt that, and this is the thing. Thibodeau is like this. Remember, I called IQ his grandson, right? Because look, Thibodeau don't got no girlfriend. Kind of makes me a little concerned, but he don't have no girlfriend or nothing that we know about. So his girlfriend is basketball. His girlfriend is basketball, right? And his children are his favorite players. And his favorite players are based on their work ethic, their defensive intensity, their intensity as basketball players, period. Those are his favorite type of guys. And guys that have showed up and are available. He loves those type of guys, okay? Those are his children. So you got Immanuel Quickley is one of his children, and so is Julius Randle. He loves Julius Randle. Sometimes I can't understand it, but he loves Julius. I mean, we can't deny he loves Julius Randle. Julius Randle can go 0 for 40, and he's going to play that boy in the fourth quarter. You know it, and I know it, okay? That's his boy. That's right. Q Dog's another. He has his children are his favorite players. His girlfriend is basketball, and really, let's be more specific. His girlfriend, his wife is the New York Knicks. That's his wife. But his children, Immanuel Quickley, Q Dog, Randle, he loves those people. He loves them. Okay? Loves them. And so Randle can have the most terrible game. He's going to play Randle in the fourth quarter. There's just no doubt. Brunson now, that's right. Brunson's another child of his. You understand? So that's what I'm saying. You know, the only guy I can say he plays a lot and loves that's not his child is RJ. He'll spank RJ publicly. And I guess he feels like he could do that. Well, it works. RJ needs to shoot more in practice. RJ needs to do this better. Blah, blah, blah. He'll say that about RJ. He won't say anything about the rest of his children. Not negative. Okay? He won't. But then again, he inherited RJ just like he did Ju. But for some reason, he loves Julius Randle. Okay? He loved Julius Randle. He had a hand in getting Brunson. He had a hand in getting Q Dog. He had a, but he inherited RJ. He inherited Mitch Rob. And of course, Mitch Rob, there's nothing Tibbs likes better than a shot blocking, rim protecting center. That's it. He loves that. Okay. He can whine about not getting the ball all he wants. Tibbs ain't care about that. Just block, just protect the rim, play defense. That's all we care about. Rebound. Okay. That's all he cares about. So, yeah. But as far as back up for Julius, y'all crazy. What you think? You can't just back up Julius with somebody. Hart is as good as anybody else when it comes to that. Because you can't really replace him, Julius Randle. You can't. Okay, unless you got another all-NBA guy. Okay, you can't really replace him. But so Hart can do just as good as everybody else. So why not? Okay, why not? And he plays that position anyway. So why not? Why not do it? Okay, so yeah, this is a nice team, man. I like the team we got. And everybody's like, well, we need to back up for it. No, we don't. For what? For what? They just signed Josh Hart to what? What they signed Josh Hart to? 54 million? Guarantee, I think it's 54 million. It was like 72 million, but it's really guarantees 54 million. You know the Don. It's a team option on the fourth, so he ain't gonna see that. But it's $54 million. Unless the salaries go so crazy that when it's his fourth season, 50, that 18 million is real cheap. Okay, then he'll keep him, but he ain't worried about that. So he got 3 years, 54 million. So what you think? He's gonna just sit this boy? No. I was looking at the minutes. I was listening to another podcast, which shall remain nameless, and this fool had the nerve to talk about 45 wins for the Knicks because everybody else got better. Why is it when everybody gets better, everybody assumes the Knicks are not going to be better? I don't understand that. That was the mentality, if you recall, last year. The Knicks are better, but they're going to end up in the play-in because everybody else got better. Why is it that the Knicks are always the least better? Okay, 45 wins. I was like, y'all must have got drunk before you got on that podcast. Y'all should wait till after the podcast to start drinking your Ripple and stuff. Well, these weren't the type of guys that would drink Ripple. These are them cats that drink that expensive stuff. You understand? They get this big money, they, for doing not knowing what the hell they talking about, and they drink the expensive stuff. Whatever. I don't know what rich people drink. Myself, like I said, I like the tawny port, stuff like that. And, I can even get the cheap one. But if I'm really having company, I'm gonna go get a nice bottle of tawny port. You know what I mean? But Cabernet Sauvignon, something like that. But these dudes drink that real expensive stuff, you know what I mean? And come out talking about 45 wins. It's like, oh no, y'all smoking some heavy stuff. You're smoking that hashish, something. 45 wins. What's wrong with you? Nah. The Knicks gonna win 50 games, at least. Okay, this is a 50-win team. 50-win teams have certain characteristics. right? They have certain characteristics. Continuity is one of them. Continuity is one of them. They got solid coaching, solid management, and their players are used to the system, and they've already performed at playoff level. That's what the New York Knicks are. They've already done it. Okay, this already performed at playoff level, high level in the playoffs. Yeah, they must have been sneaking the Mad Dog or the MD 2020 or the Ripple or something, Thunderbird, something, because they acting real foolish with this. Like what? It seems to me that a lot of platforms seem to think it's en vogue, like you sound intelligent when you're negative about the Knicks. Maybe, 10 years ago, maybe 10, 12 years ago, you could have got away with that. But not now. Not now. No, we don't need a better backup than Isaiah Hartenstein. Stop tripping, man. What is wrong, man? Come on, Joe. Isaiah Hartenstein played 82 games last year. He's in the perfect position as the backup 5. He's so good at it that when Mitchell Robinson doesn't start, they're not starting Isaiah Hartenstein. You're going to see Jericho Sims start because he is the perfect backup 5. Perfect. He's not a starter, but he's the perfect backup 5. You can't get any better. You guys, some of y'all, I think, expect all-star level play from a backup. You understand? They're backups. Now, they're good. They're in the league, but they're not starters. Not everybody's a starter in the league. Okay? But Isaiah Hartenstein is a really solid backup 5. You can't ask for a better backup solid 5 than him. Really. He's really good at that position. He has closed games in the playoffs for the Knicks as the backup 5. So, yeah, we don't need no center to replace Isaiah Hartenstein. He is perfect what he does. I feel bad for Jericho Sims because he'd be getting those minutes, but Sims comes in as the starter when Mitch Rob is hurt. That's what you're going to see. But that's St. Ides. Right? That's right. They come in St. Ides on us, man. That's a good one. They're getting all St. Ides, man. Shoot. My man, LeBron went to St. Mary's and somebody drinking St. Ides, right? Shoot. What the heck, man? Anyway, yeah. So Hartenstein's a hustler. He's not a big rim protecting guy, so don't expect him to be that jumping jack rim protector. But homie hustles. He hits free throws. He gets tough rebounds. He dives on the floor. Every game you're going to see Isaiah Hartenstein diving on the floor. This is hustle. This is Charlie Hustle added to Mobb Deep. That's what you want. Okay, believe me, that's what you want. He played really good last year. Not getting rid of him, keeping him. Especially, he's only getting about what, $9 million? I mean, he's getting like barely mid-level exception money. Barely mid-level exception money. So you got a good deal there. That's a very solid deal. I had to go late today, man. We had family. I didn't even see my daddy today. We went when we had my wife's cousin house. We had to get together with a couples, get out. We was, hanging out like old people do. You know what I'm saying? Playing a little board game thing, eat a little bit, chill a little bit. They do that. That's what we did today. Probably won't see my daddy till tomorrow, but I'm going to see him tomorrow. And by the way, again, thank you all very much for the prayers and thoughts toward my father. I greatly appreciate that. That's really big time. Appreciate that. Yeah, but I like her. When you got something good, you don't mess with it. You don't mess with it, man. And Hartenstein is perfect as a bench piece. So is Josh Hart as a bench piece. So is Dante DiVincenzo as a bench piece. The only thing that's not a bench piece is Immanuel Quickley. And if you can lock him down, you're doing really good. Yeah, I'm playing some. I forgot. I can't even tell you the name of the game it was. It was a game where you had some playing cards. They played with like 4 decks of playing cards, and there was some marbles. It was an interesting game. And you had 4 decks of playing cards, and you had marbles, and it was, it was fun. I ain't gonna front. It was fun, Thanks, Michael Drake. Greatly appreciate that. Yeah, but Hartenstein is perfect in his position as the backup. You can't really ask for much better than that at that price. Remember now, you got to deal with both performance and price. Joe, you got to deal with both of them. So at the performance and price level you're getting with Hartenstein, you really are getting a good situation there. And so you want to keep that. Especially now, you got to extend IQ. Okay, you got to extend him. And you'll deal with Hartenstein next year. Let me ask you all a question. One thing I don't know, maybe y'all know. Once you sign a guy like Dante to the mid-level, and I think he got signed to the full mid-level, all you have left is the mini mid-level. Isn't that correct? Right? Am I correct on that? So once you signed Dante DiVincenzo to the mid-level exception, right? What they got, they can't use another mid-level exception. What they got is the mini mid-level, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's how this works, right? So they got the mini mid-level that they could use because, right? Is that correct, y'all? Am I right on that? Is that correct? I think they got the mini mid-level that they could use. I just want to double check that. I'm pretty sure that that's the case. I want to double check though. What they got available. I can't. No, I don't know if the Knicks even. I'm wondering if they have that next year. Here it is. The biannual exception. What's that? Biannual exception. $6 million. They got a trade exception. They got a biannual of 4.5, and they got a non-pack taxpayer mid-level exception. So they got non-tax about $750,000 left on the mid-level exception and $4.5 million. I'm not sure if that's enough to sign Hartenstein. I think you're going to need to be in $10 million range to sign Hartenstein. Yeah, I think, well, I don't know if it's a problem that much, Joe Curry, because he's making right now, he's making what? We're not talking about a big raise for him. So we're talking about right now, Hartenstein's going to get 9.2 this year. So I'm thinking he gets 10 or 11 next year. So right now, the way things are situated, the Knicks have 4.5, almost $5 million of luxury tax space. But that number goes up next year because the salary cap rises a little bit next year. So I think they'll have enough to get that done. And remember, they're losing Frenchie's $19 million. They're losing that. So they're going to lose Frenchie's $19 million, and that's going to open up some room a little bit. They got Mitch Robb locked down, Hart's locked down, RJ, Brunson, Randle, they're all locked down. I think, and you might be having to deal with Grimes' extension next year, but that won't kick into the year after. So I'm thinking they're okay. I'm really thinking they're okay. They will probably be able to sign Hartenstein. The biggest issue I have, and this is personal, this is not like, I don't think the Knicks going to have a problem, but Deuce may not be with us next summer. I wouldn't be surprised if Deuce is gone next summer because he's worth more money than he's going to be paid. And the Don will probably do a solid for him because he would be in somebody else's rotation. You know, if you put him on a lot of teams, Houston, Miami, even, you know, he's Gabe Vincent. You put him on Miami, he'll get more minutes. You put him in San Antonio. There's a lot of places you could put Deuce McBride and he can get rotation minutes. And so I'm thinking, you know, that they'll do him solid. I'll miss him. I really would miss Deuce because I love the way he plays the game. But for his sake, it's like an Obi situation. You're really overloaded. I mean, you signed Dante, Hart, IQ you're going to sign. You still have, of course, Jalen Brunson. So there's really not much room for Deuce. I mean, it's just not there. Somebody said, I wish he would give Deuce a chance. It's not about not giving him a chance. You know, this is the league, man. People got positions. You can't play everybody. No, not everybody gets minutes. It's as simple as that. Not everybody gets minutes. I think Deuce will get some minutes this year because it's a long season. It's an 82-game season. Not only that, Brunson does get hurt. He's not a 82-game player. Jalen Brunson, I'm thinking 70 games. So you're going to have some, he's going to get some time. Then there's going to be the foul trouble issues. He's going to get some time, I think, but he's not going to get what he needs to get to really prosper, really prosper. Like Obi's getting ready to get this year. Obi's going to start. They've already announced Obi's the starter at the power forward spot in Indiana. So he's going to get starter minutes in Indiana as the power forward. And you're going to see him really, perform at a high level there. But I don't know what they're going to do with Deuce. I can't see how if I'm Deuce's agent, how I stay here. I want to go get some more money and some playing time while I'm still young. Okay, so Dante got the mid-level. That's right. And so they got the biannual exception, and they got a little piece. There's a $750,000 of mid-level left. They didn't use all of it. The Don. He didn't use all of it on Dante. They got a little bit left. So you can still use that. Plus you got the $4.5 million biannual exception. So there's ways to get, if Deuce can accept $5 million, for a couple of seasons, maybe we keep him. But I'm saying you got to give this kid a chance to play. And he's a defensive ace. And you'll see, like in the playoffs, guys like that are very, very valuable. So we'll see what happens. I think but I don't know how it works because they got too many guaranteed dudes ahead of him. It's guaranteed money ahead of him. Okay. But Josh Hart got those minutes. Well, I'd want to keep. I'm not saying we don't want to keep Deuce. What I'm saying is, realistically, if you're a Deuce, you're talking about $2 million, where you can probably get at least $8 million, somewhere else. Y'all hear what I'm saying? So it's like, why would you do that? Let him go become a restricted free agent, and somebody's going to offer him more money. Somebody's going to offer him 3 years, $24 million. He's going to get that, and they're going to put him in the rotation. Okay, or he might even get the mid-level from somebody. So I'm saying, you get that. Why would you stay in New York? He'll become a restricted free agent. So next year, this is be his third year along with Q-Dog. They might be able to keep him one more year as a fourth year, or they might trade him as part of a package. It's next summer where you start to look at trade packages. Not now, but next summer. You're talking about, and you got to see how people perform. And let me just say this: if the Bucks lose in the first round this year, I don't care, Dame or no Dame, he could come to New York. If they lose in the first round, he can come to New York. I'm telling you. Okay, they better win the first round. They better. There is a lot of pressure on Milwaukee Bucks. There's a lot of pressure on them. They better win the first round. If they lose in the first round, Giannis can become a Knick. Yep, Philly's in similar. Well, let me see. What's Embiid's contract? Is Embiid, even though Giannis is locked in, if he declares he wants to leave, he has the panache, the power. They'll make. I don't know if they'll do that for my man in Philly though, especially they losing James Harden this year. Let me see. Joel Embiid is got a player option for 26-27. So he's got $47.5 million this year. He's got 51 next year, and he got 55. He's locked in for 3 years. He's locked in for a lot of money too. He just got the MVP. I don't know. If there's a couple of guys. It used to be LeBron, but I'm not even sure if it's LeBron anymore. Like in his prime, LeBron could be on a deal and decide I want to leave and I don't want to be here anymore. And they will acquiesce because he's LeBron. There's only a couple of guys that could do that. Giannis is one of them. And the Joker's probably the other one. That's pretty much it. Giannis and the Joker. They could be locked into a deal and say, I don't want to be here anymore. I don't want to play for this team anymore. And they can force a trade. And there'll be a 2018, 2019 trying to get him. Okay. There'll be like everybody trying to get him. And they'll offer the world for him. That's what's going to happen. See? Now, I think if I'm not mistaken, I think Giannis has got 2 years still on his deal, right? I think he's still got 2 years on his deal. Let me just see that. Because if you're the team and he's telling you the reason he could do that is because if you're the owner of the team and he's telling you he wants to leave, right? What you want to do is you want to get as much for him as you can. Because now when you lose a Giannis, you're rebuilding. That's automatic. Okay. When you lose a Giannis, you're rebuilding. And so what do you want? You want young players and you want draft capital. That's what you want. You want young players and draft capital so you can retool, rebuild, and start over. So you don't want to wait on this, having an unhappy superstar in your locker room. What you want to do is you want to get what you can for him when you could get it. So they'll put, string it out a little bit, and everybody will be offering the world for Giannis. Okay. And they'll get the world for him, and they should. Like I said, there's really two players like that in the NBA, Giannis and Joker. That's it. Very short list right now. Yeah, no, I agree with you, Coach Howard. There's no doubt. Boston is put to me. Boston, I don't like their position. If I'm them, you just gave up Marcus Smart, Grant Williams, Robert Williams III, right? You gave up Marcus Smart. Who else did they give up? They gave up Marcus Smart, Grant Williams, Robert Williams III. Who else did they give up from their Malcolm Brogdon, the sixth man of the year. Okay, let's think about this. So you gave up your sixth man of the year, Malcolm Brogdon. You gave up the heart and soul of your defense and of your team, Marcus Smart. You gave up your up-and-coming young shot blocking rim protector, Robert Williams III. You gave up a really good guy you got cheap off your bench, Grant Williams, who can hit threes, rebound, and play defense. You gave that up, and in return for that, you got back Jrue Holiday, really good player, and Kristaps Porzingis, who, let's be fair about it, he's possibly injury prone, right? I don't think I'm being unfair. If I told you when we got to June, we find out Kristaps played 50 games, would you be surprised? Would you be surprised? If I said Kristaps Porzingis only played 50 games, would you be surprised? I wouldn't. Say, okay, he played 50 games. If he played 70, would you be surprised? I'd be surprised. If he played 70 games, he played 65 this past season. He did. If he played 70 games, I'd be surprised. Now, the thing about KP, Boston, they have Al Horford. Al Horford's 37. They really should have kept Robert Williams III because he's the real protector. Kristaps don't have the lateral movement to be this, he's not Mitchell Robinson rim protection right now. He's a good help rim protector. That's, like Amari. Y'all remember Amari Stoudemire? Amari Stoudemire wasn't that good on defense, but he was a really good help defense rim protector. He could come in from the weak side and swat somebody's mess. He was really good at. That's KP also. KP does the same thing. He really good. But don't ask him to go out to the 3-point line and guard anybody. He's going to get done. He doesn't have the lateral movement. Okay, he just doesn't. You can't leave him open because he'll hit threes. He's a dead-eye shooter from three, okay? But if you get a mobile guy on him, like a Mitchell Robinson, you can maybe help out with that. But he doesn't have the lateral movement, to me, to play high-level NBA defense. He's really good at help defense, okay? So I think they gave up too much. I honestly think Boston gave up too much, especially giving up bench pieces like that. Brogdon and Grant Williams, that's tough. That's tough to give up. Okay, that's tough to give up. So I don't think they're going to be as good as people think. They're going to depend a whole lot on Brown and Tatum, a whole lot on Brown and Tatum. And what happens when you depend on two players that heavily, heavy minutes, heavy offense, heavy defense? They got to do everything for you. There's a higher likelihood that they get hurt. You want a situation where you have backups. You have, like Grant Williams was a tremendous backup. You can give your stars a blow. Okay. Tremendous backup. But you just lost him. You can give Marcus Smart a blow. You had Derek White could get a blow because you had Malcolm Brogdon. All right. So no, Joe Curry, who are you replacing to go get these two guys? Joe Curry, who are you replacing for these two guys that you want them to go get? Why? Who are you replacing, and how would they fit better than what we already have? They don't. Okay? They don't. They don't. As a matter of fact, how many of y'all think Immanuel Quickley should have been the sixth man of the year last year? How many of y'all think that? How many of y'all, type of one if you think Immanuel Quickley should have been the sixth man of the year? Legit, should have been the sixth man of the year last year. I mean, they gave it to Brogdon, but it should have been Quickley, in my view. Quickley should have been the sixth man of the year. Okay? There's no doubt. So who are you going to replace to bring Brogdon in? I don't think so. There's nobody there. That's right. There's nobody there. So no, we don't need to go get anybody. Stop being tempted by somebody that looks shiny on the other side of the fence. We good. We good. We good as we stand right now. Okay, so no, we don't need Brogdon. No, we don't need him or Williams. Let them stay in Portland. You want to do a vote, Michael Drake? Okay, let me do it. Let's do a vote. That's a good idea, Michael Drake. Let's do a vote. Start a poll. Okay. Should IQ have been Sixth Man of the Year 2022-23? That's very simple. Okay. Should IQ have been Sixth Man of the Year 22-23? There it is. Should IQ have been Sixth Man of the Year 22-23? Because I thought to me, because Brogdon missed a good portion of games last year also, even as a sixth man, if I'm not mistaken. Brogdon missed a good portion of games. Let me just look back. Last year, Brogdon, let me see him. Malcolm Brogdon. I think he was hurt last year as well. Go back. Let's look him up. Malcolm Brogdon last year participated in 67 games coming off the bench that he did. He participated in 67 games. He started no games. Okay. He participated in 67 games. This is a bench piece. Now, if he was a starter, I might look at it differently, but he was a bench piece. Let's look at Immanuel Quickley last year. Immanuel Quickley last year, how many games? And not only did he come off the bench, but he also started games. So he was more available. Immanuel Quickley appeared in 81 games last year, started 21. He appeared in 81 games and started 21. There's no doubt. To me, he was robbed. So no, I don't want to go get Brogdon. We good. We go with that. We go with that. Yeah. IQ started, it says I'm looking at Basketball Reference. He appeared in 81 total games and started 21 games. Okay. That's what you call available. Okay. That's what you call available. Brogdon didn't start any games and came off the bench for 67 games. Okay. But he was still Sixth Man of the Year. He was still Sixth Man of the Year. So he was good. Okay. I wouldn't say he was as good as Immanuel Quickley, right? As we're saying in the poll. He wasn't as good as Immanuel Quickley, but he was good. Okay. Definitely good. Okay. So that being the case, I think Boston, I don't trust their level of talent or continuity to be as good as everybody thinks they're going to be. I don't. I think, Philly's going to get rid of James Harden. I hope they do. I hope he keeps acting up over there. Let him keep acting up. But Philly, to me, is going to be tougher. But the Knicks could play with Philly. But you know who to me, the sleeper team in the Eastern Conference? There's a couple of sleeper teams to me. A couple of sleeper teams. Indiana's a sleeper team, in my view. And watch Brooklyn. I like Brooklyn this year. I like Brooklyn this year. I'm telling you. I think Ben Simmons comes back to being Philly Ben Simmons. And I think they're going to be really difficult, Brooklyn. They're going to be really difficult. They're going to be really good. Indiana and Brooklyn, they're going to be really good. I think both of those teams are going to be surprised. Cavs won't really surprise anybody, though, Michael Drake, right? Because we kind of expect the Cavs to be top 6 in the East, right? I mean, right? We're not expecting the Cavs to be 7th or 8th in the East. We're expecting them, right? Top 6, even top 4. Cavs might even be top 3. The Cavs are going to be good. Okay. They play tonight, Malik. They play tonight. Okay. Well, preseason tonight. Okay. But the Cavs, I don't think they're not going to surprise. But if Brooklyn ended up being top 6, I think that would surprise a lot of people. It wouldn't surprise me. I love their coaching. I like their team. Brooklyn's going, and I'm glad I got tickets to that game. I got tickets to the Knicks at Brooklyn in December. That's going to be fun because I think Brooklyn's going to surprise some people. Really, I'm very high on them this season. I think they're going to be that once they got rid of the drama and love Kyrie. Kyrie's to me, he's a brother that does right by the community. He really is. As far as finishing, Kyrie to me is top 5 in the history of the NBA in terms of being a finisher at the rim. But we got to admit, sometimes it's not his fault, but drama comes with Kyrie, right? Drama does come with Kyrie. As good as he is, as talented as he is, drama does come with him sometimes. So, you know, now that that's gone and Durant was whoever, and so that's gone, and then Harden is gone, I think Jacque Vaughn is going to put together. You know, they really messed up. I like Jacque Vaughn. I think he's a great coach, but they really messed up with Kenny Atkinson too. They should have just left Kenny Atkinson in place. They might have, you know, but anyway, they should have left him alone. But here we go. So Brooklyn's going to be, I think Brooklyn's going to be good, man. I think they're going to surprise people. And I think Indiana, Halliburton, Ben Mathurin coming into his second season. Of course, Obi starting, and they still got the boy everybody was clamoring for at the 5 last year. Like he's going to, you got to give away the store and get him. I forgot it. Turner. They got Turner. Miles Turner still good. They got him. They got Obi. They got a nice bench. Jackson kid that was starting at the 4 comes off the bench. They got a nice bench. TJ McConnell. He's still on that team, isn't he? TJ McConnell. He's still over there, right? I think he is. He's a solid piece. TJ McConnell. They're going to really, I think they're going to be good this year. Nembhard. Oh, yeah. Let me not forget Nembhard. Nembhard is good. They got Bruce Brown, who's a defensive ace. Miles Turner, Buddy Hield, Jalen Smith, Benedict Mathurin, Isaiah Jackson, TJ McConnell, Obi Toppin, Aaron Neese. They got a nice team. And let's not forget, of course, the all-star, Tyrese Halliburton. So, yeah, so they got a nice team. Indiana's going to be tough. Brooklyn's going to be tough. Okay, I think they're going to be tough. I think Boston's not going to be as good as people think. I think Milwaukee is going to be good just based on the talented 2 superstars they have, but I don't think they got the defense to go for the long term. I cannot see them going to the Eastern Conference Finals with Damian Lillard as their point guard. I'm sorry. No defense, no bueno. No defense, no bueno. They better come. They better, and some of y'all came up with the idea, which I don't think is far-fetched, that they're not finished yet, that they're going to sign another defensive ace to their team. You see, Deuce McBride would be a guy that they would be looking at. Deuce McBride would be a guy that they would be looking at. That's the type of guy you need. Somebody that's in the minimum contract, a rookie deal even, that can play very tight defense next to Damian Lillard. Deuce McBride would be the guy, to me, a guy like that. They'd probably be knocking on the Don's door, asking about Deuce McBride. But they need a defensive ace. Malik Beasley is not it. They need a defensive ace next to Dame. They need somebody to cover for Dame. Yeah, they're probably going to try to. I wouldn't be surprised. They got to get a guy, like I just mentioned that Indiana got Bruce Brown from Denver. That's the type of guy they need, a guy like that, a tough defender guy that's younger on a cheaper deal. That's what they need. So they need that badly, because without it, I'm telling you, they're not going to go that far. They're going to be exploited defensively. They're going to score a lot of points now, but they're going to be exploited defensively. And they're going to have Giannis and Lopez in foul trouble as guys get past Dame, get into the lane, and cause all kind of trouble, man. So we'll see how this works out, but I'm not as high on them 2 teams as everybody else is. I'm just not. I like Cleveland, solid. I like the Knicks. I like Brooklyn. I like Philly. Even with the Harden drama, they can move on Harden. I like Philly. Philly's going to be rough. Okay. So, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised the Knicks start getting calls on Deuce, especially from a team like Milwaukee that needs a defender, a solid defender. The Bucks gave away, again, they traded away some really good players. I mean, losing Jrue Holiday, their best perimeter defender, and then one of their best perimeter shooters in Grayson Allen. I know they got Dame Dollar, but dang, you can't replace good defense like that, man. You can't. You need something. Atlanta, honestly, Joe asked about Atlanta. Atlanta, I don't feel like Atlanta. To me, it depends. I don't know. I mean, their coach, I love their coach. I do. I think he's a great coach. But Trae Young cannot defend. DeJounte Murray can, so he kind of offshoots Trae. I like Sadiq. I like their team. I like DeAndre Hunter, Clint Capella, Onyeka Okongwu. I like the kid Jalen Johnson if he can get into a game. AJ Griffin. They got a nice roster. They signed Patty Mills. They got a nice roster. There's no doubt. They got a nice roster. They do. I don't know. We have to see what happens. Atlanta may surprise some people. They got a nice roster. Can't deny that. Can't deny that. Really good pieces. When you're looking at their pieces, the DeAndre Hunter, solid. Sadiq, y'all know Sadiq Bey from Villanova, really good player. They got from Detroit, Clint Capella. Jalen Johnson was in Duke. Y'all remember him? Very talented, but attitude issues. Maybe he gets that straightened out here in Atlanta. I don't know. Bogdanovich is a shooter, can't play no defense. Patty Mills is a tough roughneck from Australia. He does it all. He's not a superstar, but he shoots very well, plays good defense. AJ Griffin, y'all know he's good. AJ Griffin could play. Okay, I thought he was going to have injury problems, but he played very well last year. And I really liked Onyeka Okongwu. It's interesting. Onyeka Okongwu came out one year, and the next year, Evan Mobley came out, and they're both really, really good at the five, both of them. So I like their team. Yeah, I like their team. Yeah, you're right. Mike Google said Embiid would get it worse than that. I don't know. I don't know. Because Embiid doesn't fight his teammates like Julius. Embiid has attitude, but he's down with his teammates, right? I think he's more team-oriented than Julius Randle is. He's not as much, fighting with his teammates. And I don't think he's crazy enough to fight with the refs as much as Julius Randle. I don't think you can get in Embiid's head the way you can get in Julius Randle's head. You know what I mean? You can get in Juju's head. I don't think Embiid's a tough dude. Tough dude. I don't think mentally tough dude. I don't think you can get inside his head that easy. So even though he might get the boo birds in the garden if he was here, yeah, except when it came to Ben Simmons. That's right, Coach. I don't think the Knicks fandom would get on his. To me, there's no tougher group of fans in the borough than Philadelphia. And I'm talking about hockey, baseball, and basketball. Those are some crazy people in Philadelphia, man. They booed Santa Claus. I don't believe in Santa Claus, but they booed Santa Claus. You don't get much worse than that. Keith Blocker, what's up? Thanks for the $5. Predictions was 60 games this season because of that continuity. I like that energy, Keith. I can't say I don't like it, but listen, anything over 50 to me is big time for the Knicks this year. I'm expecting 50. Yeah, I mean, they booed Santa Claus. Them cats is crazy down there in Philly, man. I can't say the Knicks Nation can get crazy. They had R.J. Barrett when Julius Randle's on the free throw line. They had Julius throwing the thumb down at him. But Julius, I don't know if Juju could play in Philly, though. I don't know if Juju could play in Philly. I don't know. Philly's a tough place. You got to be special kind of tough to play in Philly, man. You got to be a special kind of tough to play in Philly. What's up, Warren? You got to be a special type of tough to play in Philly. What's up, Jay Cruz? Yeah, right. They were calling for Obi. Remember that, Coach? So I don't know. But they'd be getting real nasty in Philly. So you got to be a special kind of tough to play in Philly. But Embiid could play in New York. If anybody could play in New York City, it's Joel Embiid. Y'all ain't gonna mess with him. He'll give you he'll flip you out and just keep on playing. He'll give you the flip bird and just keep on playing. So, that's Joel Embiid. He could play in New York. Ain't no doubt about it. He could do it. You see, if anybody, it's him. You see, so I don't know what it would take to get him. Honestly, I don't want to break up my team to get him. We'd have to give Philly significant pieces to get him. Now, I know most of y'all have no problem trading Julius Randle over there, but I don't know if I'd want to do that. They'd probably have to give up R.J. Barrett. I'd hate to do that. For Joel Embiid, they'd probably have to give up Mitchell Robinson. It'd be Mitchell Robinson, R.J. Barrett, and picks for Joel Embiid. That's what it would cost. It's a big cost, man. That's a big, and then you're going to maybe even another piece because RJ's like 27 million, Mitch Rob's like 15, so that's 43. You still need another $8 million. Me too, Michael Drake. Michael Drake said he want Giannis more than me too. No, you ain't got no fight for me, Michael Drake. No, Giannis is the one we want. But I'm saying if Embiid was saying, I want to play with Leon Rose, he's my guy, I want to play with him. I want to play with Leon Rose. Yeah, maybe we send Fournier with RJ. You'd have to make that deal before the end of the season, though, because Fournier, they're not going to, they're not going to pick up the option. So Fournier, RJ, Mitch Rob. I think they do that with 3 number ones. What y'all think? Fournier, RJ, Mitch Rob, 3 number ones. Would y'all do it? Fournier, RJ, 3 number ones. Would y'all do it? Would y'all done? Coach, I say done. Wait, let me ask. Let's go a little further. Would you do 3 unprotected number ones? 3 unprotected number ones, Fournier, RJ, and Mitch Rob. Would y'all do that? Because now you're starting Joel Embiid. You still have Isaiah Hartenstein backing him up. You still have Hartenstein. Yeah, for Embiid. So you still have Hartenstein. You got Julius Randle. You probably then put Quentin at the 3. You'll probably start either Dante or IQ. Okay. You still have Dante or IQ coming off the bench. Yeah. I don't know. That's tough, man. That's tough. Arsente Berry, what's up? That would be a tough one. Some of y'all say no. Let's do a poll in there. We already got this. This other one was obvious, right? So let's end that one. Let's start a new poll. Let's start something new. Okay, so all right. Let's call it 2 unprotected number ones and 1 protected number one. Okay, so Fournier, RJ, Mitch, 2 unprotected, 1 protected for Embiid. Let's talk about that because Embiid, we'll see. I don't think he's going to come to New York because I think Philly's going to be better. Keith Block will do the deal. All right. Because I think Philly's chance to get to the ECF increased this year, especially if they get rid of Harden and give the ball to Maxey. They give the ball to Maxey and get rid of Harden. Really, I think they're a better team. And so you do that, they'd be tough. How many? I don't know. They running ads. I ain't seen none. Nasir King. Sorry, my bad. I mean, they paid me for them ads, but I didn't know I didn't see. I tried to skip them when I see them. I didn't see them, King. What years? You mean how many years Embiid? Blair says he's always hurt at the end of the year. He does get injured quite a bit. Let's look at his history. He does get injured. I'm not going to front. He does get injured quite a bit. Let's look at his injury history. Let's look at his history in terms of how many games he's played. Joel Embiid. Let's see here. So last year he played 66 games. The year before that he played 68 games. The year before that he played 51 games. The year before that he played 51 games, 64, 63, 31. This cat played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years. The most he played in one season is 68 games. That's a big consideration. Now, we can say the same thing about Mitchell Robinson. Yes? But RJ Barrett, I don't know. See, that's right. You're right, Joe Curry, 60-game MVP. I really thought Joker should have won it this year. I think they gave it to him politically, to be quite honest with you. I don't think Embiid was the best player in the NBA this year. I think Joker was the best player in the NBA this year. That guy's amazing, but Joker's just amazing. He's a generational player, man. He really is. Joker's a generational talent to me, period. End of story. In the second round, too. That's about as rare as you're going to find, man. Shoot. So I can understand. So it's 50-50. How many votes we got? It's 50-50. Y'all on the fence with this one. We have 24 votes and it's 50-50. Y'all on the fence with this one. Yeah. This is a tough call. It's not a slam dunk. Giannis, slam dunk. Okay. There's no doubt all of us would trade for Giannis. No doubt. But this is 50-50. Mark Jackson should have been the Knicks announcer years ago. Also, have been considered as Knicks coach. I agree with you, Keith Blocker. But look, It's going to be fun on the road to have Mark Jackson and Mike Breen, right? It's going to be fun. That's a treat. And then you're going to have Clyde at home. I like our announcing situation. I think we're in good shape. I agree with Keith Blocker, though. He should have been there years ago. But hey, I'm glad he's there now. Give me, there goes that man. Mama, there goes that man. Give me him. I hope he would. I hope. You think Jackson's going to coach this year? I think he's going to announce for the Knicks this year and try to angle for an assistant job. But he's not going to take. Tibbs is locked in. Johnny Bryan is the heir apparent. They got that all set, bro. So I don't think that's going to change. They got that all set. Yeah, right. So for Giannis, I don't know. They get RJ Barrett, probably Mitch Robb again, and probably Fournier and the same #1 picks, right? No, I didn't hear it. It was official, actually. Blair asked if that's official, but it's pretty strong indications that that's going to happen. It's pretty strong indications. I think they're working out terms. Mark Jackson announcing. Let's see. It says May. It's still looking at might. It's not. Oh, Mark Jackson moving toward Knicks broadcast role after, this is 6 days ago. New York Post. I mean, how much you how much you want to trust the New York Post, but it says the New York Post headline is that it's moving closer toward happening. It looks like they did not want Jeff Van Gundy, but they wanted Mark Jackson. Yeah, please, Blair. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Please, new song. Yeah, I think you're right. Arsante Bird said it. He's going to be the announcer for the away games. We're getting together. I think we're getting together at my house for October 28th against New Orleans. And I'm really hoping we can hear Mark Jackson and Mike Breen on the call for that game. That would be great. Yeah, at this point, Clyde likes doing the Knicks games. He just doesn't like traveling, which you can't blame him. Guys like 78, you can't blame him. So, and he gets to do whatever he wants. That's Clyde. So he gets to do whatever he wants. If he wants to just do home game, let him do the home game. Period. End of story. But Clyde is the legend. Some of y'all young people don't remember, man. Remember Clyde when he was one of the best guards in the NBA. Then he became one of the best announcers in the NBA. This guy's a living legend. And so just out of respect, we give him that. So not only that, he's knowledgeable of the games. The reason he's Hall of Fame, both announcing Hall of Fame as well as player Hall of Fame, is a reason for that. Yeah, I like Gus Johnson. I like Gus Johnson too. I liked him. Okay. But yeah. So it's very close, but most of y'all by a small margin are favoring the Embiid trade. But I don't know. I don't know if I'd do that for 60 games. I don't know. And look, let me ask y'all a question. Y'all think Tibbs will go for that? I mean, you know how much Tibbs is into availability. I mean, he might go for it. He does it with Lynchrock. He might go for it and play Isaiah Hartenstein and Jericho Sims a lot more. He might go for that. He might go for that. Yeah, and 78 years old, flying all over the place. He don't want to be living out of a suitcase when he's 78 years old, man. Clyde wants to chill. Let him chill. Let him come to the home games and call them for us. Yeah, if Tibbs would, I don't think we're stretching it if I said Tibbs would favor Giannis over Embiid. I don't think we're stretching that. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Oh, I don't know if he's into stars. He's respectful of stars, but he's into availability. And Giannis is available. Embiid, I don't know. He's not always available, That's right, Blair. That's right. So 65 games to be eligible right now. That's right. That's right. Yeah. Yeah. So we'll see. But it's going to be, it would be interesting either way. Be interesting. And I'm tell you something, next summer is going to be interesting. And it's not because I don't think next summer is going to be interesting because the Knicks are going to underachieve. The Knicks are going to achieve very well. It's because some of these other teams have, you already mentioned Milwaukee's got a lot of pressure on them. Boston's got a lot of pressure on them. Okay. Philly's got a lot of pressure on them. They all have to perform. They've been knocking on the door for a while. Once you start knocking on the door, everybody can put more pressure on you. Once you make an Eastern Conference Finals, or you've been knocking on the door and not made it yet, you got a problem. Philly was real close. Came down to the last second against Toronto with Kawhi, right? Right? They were real close that year. Real close. That's the closest they got. That's the closest they got. But yeah. Yeah, so we'll see what happens. Yeah, what it is, Joe Curry, is Oklahoma City's too young to give up on SGA. And SGA is too young to say, I'm out in Oklahoma City. Maybe in a couple of years, he might change his mind. But right now, with the young players they have and having SGA, with Josh Giddey being there, and they got Chet Holmgren, if he can play 50 games, you got a real opportunity to do something special in Oklahoma City. And then they got, to me, one of the surprise players in the league in Jalen Williams. He's really good at some people did. I can't say nobody, but some people expected him to be this good. I know people was telling me about him, and I was like, he, Santa Clara, I don't know. This guy, I don't know. But as we turn around and see now, homie is really good. So you got Josh Giddey, and then there's Dort, who's a defensive player. They got a nice team. They do. They got a nice team. They just need some more experience. That's all they need. They just need some more experience. I think if Zion Williams is healthy, New Orleans is top 4 in the West. Somebody losing their spot. It's one of them, somebody losing their spot. When you're talking about Brandon Ingram and Zion, and you got, all you need is a decent center, and I think that big guy they got, I forgot his name, Zukonis, whatever his name is. He's good. And then you got, you still got Trey Murphy. Well, when he comes back from injury, you got a nice team down there. And if you give me a healthy Zion, now Valanciunas, and I'm being healthy, I only need Zion to give me 65 games. If Zion gives me 65 games, they're top 4 in the East. No, he's not overrated. If Zion gives me 65 games, they're top 4 in the East. You're talking about Zion, Brandon Ingram, Valanciunas, CJ McCollum, and you probably got Herb Jones on the other side, defensive ace, and you still got Trey Murphy III. That's got to come back. He's got the meniscus. I think it's a meniscus, but they got a team. New Orleans good, and that kid, he's not a starter yet, but that kid they got out of the G League is pretty good too. I forgot his name. They got a kid out of the G League is pretty good. New Orleans. Zion, I think some of you are sleeping on Zion. He's been away a minute, and some of you are buying into the thing. This cat is a generational talent. So you got Larry Nance, Naj Marshall, Trey Murphy III, Dyson Daniels, Jose Alvarado. Don't forget about him. You got McCollum, Brandon Ingram, Herb Jones, Zion, and Valanciunas. They got a daggone team. Alvarado, right? If Zion gives them 65 games, he's going to average close to 30 points a game, and they're going to be top 4 in the West. That's how good he can make them. Okay, that's how good he can make them. I really believe in his talent. I've always questioned his health. Being 280 pounds, what is he, 6'8"? Is he 6'8"? Or is he 6'7"? Like 280 pounds. That's a little bit too much weight to be carrying. And that's why he's had all these injury issues. But if he can get his weight under control, they're going to be tough. I'm telling you. Is he 6'6", Joe? Is that how I told you? See, I don't know how big he is because they're always lying about their height, right? They're always lying about their height. But I'm telling you, I feel like Zion is that type of game changer. He really is. I mean, he is. He just is. There's some guys that are just that. Yeah, 6'6". He's 6'6", 284. That's too daggone big, man. He has got to get down into the 270 something. You know, we talking about 270. If he can get down to 270, and he looked like about 6'6", so I agree with that. But if he can get down to about 270, lights out. He's that type of player. Lights out. Really. He will. Good question, Michael. He's asked if I'm doing a show for the first preseason game. Probably not, to be honest with you. I got a lot to do tomorrow. I'm off work, but I got a lot to do tomorrow. I got to straighten out some stuff with the rehab for my pops. There's things I got to do tomorrow. I got to do some things tomorrow. But yeah, if Zion could get down in the 270s, the low 270s, and we're talking about 10 pounds, maybe. Lights out. I'm telling you, he's that good. He really is. He's a game changer. But this is a big if, though, right? I'm not saying that's not guaranteed. If he is, they'll struggle. They'll struggle. Okay. He's a higher version of Charles Barkley. You know what he could be like? Some of y'all remember what Larry Johnson was before he hurt his back. See, when he came to the Knicks, he had hurt his back and had to change his game. But when Larry Johnson came out of UNLV and went to Charlotte in his first couple of seasons before he hurt his back, that's Zion. Yeah, that's Zion. That's Zion. Except it is tough as Larry Johnson was, and he was tough. He couldn't jump as high as Zion could. You know, Grandmama. That's right. When he was Grandmama, y'all remember him? Y'all remember him when he was there? Y'all could bear witness. That dude could play. Even when he came to the Knicks, he was aggressive and could shoot the three, but he changed his game. When he was athletic and doing all that other stuff, he was rough, man. That's Zion. See, that's Zion. Yeah, that's Zion. So if he is healthy this year and gets his weight under control, see, Larry Johnson never had a weight problem. He just liked to make a lot of babies. He liked to make a lot of chilling, but he ain't never had a real weight problem. He just got hurt his back. You know, Zion just needs to get off that weight, man. He needs to go keto or something. He needs to do something slick. Go keto, get his personal trainer, get a nutritionist, get the whole thing, get serious. You know who used to have a weight problem like that? Charles Barkley. Charles Barkley had a weight problem like that. And when he lost the weight, the 1 year he did, he won MVP. When he lost the weight, he got down to like 250 because Barkley's like 6'4", and he was the round mound rebounder. But when he got down to 250, he won the MVP, and he was really, really good that year. Really, really good. Okay. Yep. So if Zion could lose that weight, and like I said, with him, we're not talking drastic, 10, 12 pounds. Exactly right, Gilbert. Gambling and women. He had, I think Larry Johnson, last I counted, I remember he had like 12 kids. He had a lot of chillings, man. Yeah, he needs to, I think Zion should go keto, strict keto, leave that sugar alone, get that protein, get them good fats and stay away from the sugars and the pop and all that, and he'll be all right, man. But you're talking about 10 pounds. That's what you're talking about with him, 10 pounds. If he can get 10 pounds down, that could be a big thing for. And he's now getting a little bit more mature, so hopefully he can. We'll see. I'm pulling for him. I'm pulling for Zion. I am. I would like to see him fulfill the tremendous talent that he has. I'd like to see him fulfill that, even though he's not with the Knicks. He's that type of special talent that I think really changed the whole landscape of the West. Just him, if he, comes correct. I know. I heard about that, Blair. He said, New Orleans diet, what? I hear you. I ain't never been to New Orleans, but I heard about it. I ain't never been to New Orleans, but I did hear about that. Yeah. Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, that's what they used to call Barkley, the round mountain rebound, coming out of Auburn, the round mountain rebound. But he was overweight. That's why he didn't make the 1984 Olympic team. He was very upset about that because Bobby Knight was the coach and didn't like overweight players. And he didn't like guys that didn't appear to be working as hard. And Barkley was doing more eating than working out. And that's why he didn't make the team. But Yeah, but Zion got to get it together. Yeah. That's right. That's right. But anyway, yeah, so I'm liking 50 plus wins. I'm gonna tell you right now, IQ is gonna get his extension before the first game of the season. Evan Fournier needs to keep his mouth shut. Just play, help the team, keep your mouth shut. Get your buyout in the middle of the year. Do what you want to do. Okay. Yeah, Sweetney was let go, and I actually talked to. I knew a girl used to work with me that was close friends with Sweetney. He said he had a big depression issue. That's what caused him to eat so much. Something in personal life happened, and he got depressed, and he started eating his way out of the league because of the depression. Yeah, if I'm looking at 50 plus wins, I'm looking at top 4, the top 6 for sure to me, but I think that they can go top 4, and I think they're going to be really good this year. I would be surprised if they weren't better than they were last year. I think they will be. So we'll see. I'm very high on our team, very high on our players. I think we're going to be in good shape. Especially Quickley gets his extension signed, which I expect. I'm thinking he's going to be very energized to play, high level basketball like IQ could do. I'm only question mark to me. The biggest question mark is Dante. I don't know what to expect from Dante. This is his first year with the Knicks. I don't know what to expect from him. If he's as good as advertised, the Knicks are going to be really good. Okay. You think 55? Okay. Top 5 in the East. I'll tell you who I think is the top 5 in the East. The top 5 in the East, in my opinion, let me show you. Top 5 in the East, in my opinion, Atlantic. Okay. Boston, not necessarily in this order. Boston, New York, Philly, Cleveland. Boston, New York, Philly, Cleveland, Milwaukee. Boston, New York, Philly, Cleveland, Milwaukee. Not necessarily in that order. Boston, New York, Philly, Cleveland, Milwaukee. What order they fall in, I'm not sure. But Boston, Philly, Cleveland, New York, Milwaukee. Watch out for Indiana. They're going to be better than people think, I believe. Watch out for Atlanta. Joe Kerr, somebody asked about Atlanta. They look pretty good. They could come on and play. I love their coach. So we'll see. Yeah. Watch Indiana. Watch Brooklyn. Indiana, Brooklyn, Atlanta, probably your sleeper teams. They could surprise somebody and take somebody's spot. Okay. I think they're going to be good. Injuries are going to tell a lot too. Injuries will cause some teams to fall. We'll see. Okay. But that's the top 5. Boston, Milwaukee, New York, Cleveland. Who am I missing? Philly. Boston, New York, Milwaukee, Cleveland, Philly. Those are your top 5. And what order they're in, we'll see. Okay. We'll see. Brooklyn is a dark horse. So is Indiana. And Atlanta might be too. They got the talent for sure to be there. We'll see. Yeah, we'll see what happens. You can't never sleep on the Heat, but losing Gabe Vincent, Max Strus is big loss. They better hope that their boy comes back there, Tyler Hero, which he should come back and play really high level. They need that. They're going to need another big year from Jimmy Butler. Which they probably get. They're going to need that. So we'll see what happens. Miami, you can never sleep on Miami. They're just too good an organization, too well coached. And Caleb Martin can play. Absolutely, Blair. Caleb Martin can play. He proved it last year. We're not even guessing about that. He proved it. He can play. So, yeah. But they were beating everybody, Joe Curry, right? I mean, Miami went all the way to the finals. So the only team they lost to was the champion, right? So they beat everybody. So Miami just was a surprise team last year. They weren't even in the top 8 when they started, and they ended up in the finals. So we never know. But that doesn't happen every year, right? So we have to see. We have to see how this works out. But I'm not really worried about Miami this year. I'm more concerned with the other teams. Indiana, the Nets, Atlanta, and then, of course, the ones we know, the other 4, aside from the Knicks. Yeah, Juju's 100% ready to go. Juju's ready to go. He just got to get his timing and stuff down. But Juju's going to be fine. He don't need to worry about starting too fast. He's gonna be good. Don't worry about Juju. He's good. The Knicks are in very good health-wise right now. Very good. Very good health-wise. The Knicks are very good health-wise right now. Yeah, you got Milwaukee. Actually, to be quite honest with you, my biggest concern is Cleveland and Philly. I'm not as concerned with Milwaukee or Boston. I'm not saying the Knicks going to sweep these guys. They're good, but I'm not as concerned with them. I'm just not. I'm just not. For different reasons. I think the Knicks can prove to be as good or a better team than both of them. But Cleveland, because Cleveland has now Donovan Mitchell for their second season. Remember, he was only there 1 year last year, and they added some talent. They added some talent in the offseason. I think they got Max Strus. Didn't Cleveland get Max Strus from Miami? I think they did. I think Cleveland got Max Strus. Yeah, they got Max Strus, Evan Mobley, Jared Allen. And this is the thing. They still got Karis LeVert, Isaac Okoro, They added George Niang from Philly, a nice bench piece. So to me, Cleveland, the best part about Cleveland, thank you, Lewis Luck, for the $5. Miami's always surprised, especially the way somebody that plays wear their hair, right? But Joe asked why Cleveland, because you're getting Donovan Mitchell back for the second year. To me, the big X factor on Cleveland is Evan Mobley. You're going to get what you get from Jared Allen, which is an all-star level, high level, $100 million center. Okay. You're going to get what you get from Donovan Mitchell. You're going to get what you get from Darius Garland. To me, the big X factor is Evan Mobley. To me, before he's finished, Evan Mobley is going to be a perennial all-star, all-NBA player. Evan Mobley will become a top 10 player in the NBA. That's how much talent this kid has. He's going to be almost as good as Kevin Durant. He can shoot threes at 7 feet tall. He can guard the rim. He's a better defender already. And so to me, I'm thinking we could beat up on Cleveland while Evan Mobley is still young. If Mobley, once he matures, they're going to be tough. Their biggest weakness is defense in the backcourt. That's their biggest weakness. Defense in the backcourt. Yeah, organic fanatic. I agree with that. I can see Kevin Garnett too. He is going to be a monster. There's no doubt in my mind. I like him as a superstar in the near future. So if he breaks out this year, Cleveland is going to be rough. Okay. And they had the best NBA defense last year. Okay. They were the best defense in the NBA last year. I think they'll be even better this year. And Mobley and Jared Allen and Okoro are the main reason for that. Now you add Max Strus, who's a tough defender, and last year showed that he could shoot a little bit too. So, and you got Karis LeVert, a really good player still coming off your bench. Yeah, they're good. They're good. And Mobley's the key. I think he's going to become a superstar. Whether he does it this year, to me, really, you got 2 more years of being able to take advantage of him, even a little bit. This year, maybe, and next year. But after that, it's all. This guy's too good. He's just too good. And I see them becoming a force. Even if Donovan Mitchell was to leave Cleveland, Cleveland is still going to be good with the crew they got. They're really going to still be good. So, and it's because of Mobley, superstar, that level. So MVP type player. So we'll see. So I'm saying, let's see what happens this year. That's why I think Cleveland can be a threat. Philly is a better team than most people realize. It's the noise with Harden that's overshadowing that they got continuity and they got a solid team. Watch them. Okay. So we'll see. I know everybody's watching Milwaukee and Boston, and they're going to come out like gangbusters, score a lot of points. Yes, they are. But we're going to see what happens down the stretch of the season. We're going to really see what happens. Okay. We're going to see what happens there. So anyway, yeah, Grimes, if you can keep Grimes, please, if you can get him at least 12, give him at least 12 shots a game for this kid. If you can get 15, even better. I'd love to see Grimes get 15 shots, but it's going to be fun. Yeah. In the beginning, everybody's going to trip because I'm expecting Boston and Milwaukee to be like rabbits and come out the gate real fast. But we'll see what happens after the first 30, 40 games, how tough they really can play. You will see. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Yeah, but Evan Mobley is rough. That's what people, looking at Mitchell because he don't want to sign an extension. I hear all that, but really, the real guy you need to watch is Evan Mobley. That's the guy. So we'll see. But anyway, been fun. Y'all, please be safe out here. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Now, I'm going to look at the League Pass and see if I can catch some preseason games. Thank you, Blair. We greatly appreciate that. Let's see if we can catch some preseason games. Well, see, that's right, Coach Hauser. And both Mobley and Jared Allen have an absolute thorough knowledge of who Mitchell Robinson is. They absolutely know. They absolutely know who Mitchell Robinson is. Believe that? They absolutely know that boy Mitch Rob. That's for sure. Okay. So, and I'm glad he's on our team. Oh, man. Anyway, y'all, please enjoy your weekend. Yeah, I'm going to go see if they got any games on tonight on League Pass for the preseason. See if I can catch some basketball today. Y'all enjoy the rest of your weekend, please. Be safe out there. Sure.